Hey guys, good morning. All right. Um, so apparently I just recorded an entire video on a blank screen. So, a little pissed off about that because I just literally went over all of this. Okay. It's been a long weekend, guys. I had to show all my livestock, and we didn't do too well with a lot of the boys. My steer, my teenager, and my steer though did phenomenal. Came in first and second place for his class, which is amazing. So, congrats to him. Very proud of him. I think that steer is going to do really well this year for us. So, cross your fingers, boys. Let's hope it works out. Okay, let's start with USDX. USDX doing USDX things. Okay, pushing here to the upside. Going to get some correction. A little bit of upside is going to resume after that. We've broken up and out of a nice, RSI trend here. That we're clearing divergence, right? So that's what it wants to do. Clearing the divergence means that we're not quite done with this move yet. So we need more push. We need more push. So should reach up to about here before correcting down. Okay. Let's talk about ES, guys. ES. So ES is doing really interesting things. I restructured a lot of this. I am feeling sorry, let me move some of this stuff here. We can make another little marginal low here. It doesn't really matter. ES can be any one of these two right here before it goes up again. Either way, I'm closing I'm sorry. No. Not ES. I'll close ES after this correction. NQ probably going to close. There's a chance that we can take this a little higher than our invalidation here. The same with RTY. Closing Russell here. There's a chance that on this next leg up, we make a new high in here before correcting back down to this area. So we're going to close now. We're going to get out of these guys. Took profits here. Closing outside of our box here. Ultimately, not losing money, making some money. Not as much as we would have liked. Had a lot of opportunity to make more. We see that. Next time we'll recalculate some trims and we'll take a better opportunity to get paid. Okay. This time we took a 25% trim somewhere down in here, and we'll close here for maybe, if you're in the middle of the box, 1.5% move on the rest of your position. So all in all, we took profits, guys. Okay. I'm fine with it. I'd rather close now and be safe than sorry. ES, we can let it move a little bit more, but I am going to move my stop loss to break even on ES. Okay. So my stop loss should be right at about here, which is almost right where this thing challenges. So I'm just gonna set it, dude. It has to be done. You can trim here a little bit more if you want. That way we can at least cover the delta on the decay on this stuff, guys. So it is what it is. So overall, with Bitcoin doing with USDX doing what it's doing, impulsing to the upside, completing around here, then having another move to the downside eventually. Okay, another move to the downside, which I don't think that's even going to be way out there. What is that thing doing? This is really what we see for USDX. Overall, the unfortunate thing about all these indices is I see more of a move towards this trend here. Okay, just based on the way that we're correcting, it looks like it wants to move this way, and this is pretty much the same for all of them. I mean, we just want to move out here into this zone. It's testing these areas for bullishness, and we're going to come back down and we're going to destroy some of the liquidity again. So we've gotten some really nice bounces here, and it's going to try to continue, and these rallies are going to keep failing. And I believe with a third failed rally here is when we're going to see our resume to the downside. Same with Russell. Okay, 1 rally, 2 rally, 3 rally to the upside, failure, and crash again. So that's all really simple stuff, guys. I am still targeting this zone. If we get up to here, I will be shorting from here, and I'm not closing until we hit this fucking zone. This is going to be if we hit this zone, we're not coming back here until this zone is hit. Okay, so for the Russell, this is a very important box for the Russell. Not so much for ES and NQ. They are important boxes, but since we have hit these major demand zones, we don't have to go as deep anymore. These can change structure here on the bottom side, so the shorts aren't going to be as big. ES as well. ES is like, we're not going to get a big, massive short on ES. Like we went on the Russell. I think the most we get on ES is like maybe in here. We could see as much as a 3,200 push, but that's like top end, like maximum push. Okay, so okay, indices and everything done. Let's talk about Bitcoin. Bitcoin. Okay. Bitcoin breaking above the RSI channel here, which is really nice. Trying to give me some indication that we're done with this impulse to the downside. I want to see price get up and above this channel though, not just RSI. If price can work its way up and above here, and we can find support around these EMAs and come up, I'm happy to try to call along either at an EMA bounce here, or once we reach up here and we come back and I can measure this 2, I'm happy to call along somewhere here on measuring the 2, because I do believe that we're going to be hitting a really nice pop here. So I want to see some confirmations. I don't like trying to call bottoms. I know it's like the ego thing to do. Everybody's like, "Oh, I want to call the bottom. I want to be cool." Like that's fine. Some guys are really good at doing that. Me personally, just because we haven't broken this channel here, there's still a chance, and you don't know. Nobody has a crystal ball. There's still a chance that that we're coming up here and we reject this and we make one more low before we try to come up and out and then bounce off of it and push. Okay, so this is still possible, right? Like nothing says that we don't do that. So I would rather see the confirmations of us getting up and out of here before I make any calls. Okay, I like to play safe money, not stupid money, guys. And if you watch my channel enough, you should know that's how I play. So, anyways, kind of the same scenario. I was talking about this on my last video that I fucked up. Same thing. I just want to see it like come up above here, guys. And if we can get it up and above and bouncing off the EMAs, so we can get it moving forward. Okay, so nice liquidity taps up here. Oh, that's the other thing I did. I tightened these boxes a little bit, guys, just based on how the waves are playing up. Once I get a 1 and a 2 and a 3 push, then we can really dial this in. I can get this into maybe a $20 range, which will be a really nice range to catch our shorts. Same with BTC, guys. Once we get these waves to unfold, I could really dial this range in a little bit better, and that way I can tell you guys where we stand. Okay. Litecoin, Litecoin is it's a tough one. This one we can tighten the range actually a lot, just based on its overall structure here is pretty easy to fucking figure out. This isn't a tough one like the others, so I have no problem. I have no problem calling Litecoin, guys. We should see a failure somewhere around here. This was 4, a 1, and a 2. We should see the failure somewhere in here. Just me personally, okay? Personal thoughts. So, anyways, That's this is really the see. Here's what I want to do, man. I really want to have guys understand. We'll use Coinbase. The basics of all this, right? I want people to learn the basics of Elliott wave so you can just sit here and identify wave structures, because everything goes in waves. We can all agree on this. And I understand there's a lot of different TA that uses, like, order blocks and levels. You could call this a level and this all this shit, right? I get it, and a lot of it works. I see other analysts doing stuff and it works. I'm not dogging any other type of analysis, okay? What I'm saying is Elliott wave is the original. It's one of the first analysis types that was ever created. Most of the analysis you see to this day are based off of Elliott wave, and it's guys trying to sell you stuff. Even analysts I know have gotten into certain things, and they don't realize it's based off of Elliott wave, right? Tino is a great example. This guy on YouTube, Tino, he says all these things about, the market maker. This is my fucking least favorite one. The 3-wave cycle. Rise level 1, rise level 2, rise level 3, and drop, right? This is what he says. Hey, Tino, this is me officially telling you you're a fucking fraud. This is a fucking impulse wave with an ABC correction. This was developed in 1930, Tino, in 1930. So stop trying to call this the market maker method and selling people your bullshit. 90 fucking years ago, somebody created this. Way before you were ever thought of, before your parents were thought of. Okay? Stop calling it a market maker method. It is not a market maker method. There's no shadowy figure in the background pushing on buttons. Okay? This is natural market behavior, guys. Natural market behavior that we can explain using mathematics. It doesn't have to be a fucking conspiracy theory. Okay? So please, listen to me. I've watched the guy's videos. Rise level 1, rise level 2. No, it's an impulse wave. I can go through every video that he does and show that the impulse waves and corrective waves are everything that he's trying to describe. So let's back up to some of the basics here. I want you guys to be able to identify, not M's and W's. What's a text? Why don't you use M's and W's? They fucking work for me. La la la. Okay, so here's the thing. This would be an M, right? This is your classic double top M, right? Right? Am I wrong here? Okay, so more than likely, and I don't like Coinbase, more than likely, and I haven't charted this, but more than likely, we're looking at something like this. Okay? More than likely. I mean, that's really quite the extension. Typically, we would end here. But this can also be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as a C wave, right? So, when you get this kind of a structure, you don't ever want to try to catch the top. You want to see how the structure is playing out. If a break of A here, you can have a short limit set at this break of A and then close it at a 1.6 or a 2.0 extension. It's either a corrective sequence or a really extended corrective sequence. Sorry, I'm trying to go back through some of this. Oh, well, Coinbase isn't going to give me a lot of. But, even on these smaller time frames, guys, even on these smaller time frames, we could go through a lot of this and just start to identify, be able to identify waves, and everybody's like, oh well, this is an M, and Tino's right, it's an M, it's an M, it's an M. These are all market maker fucking signs. Oh, here's a W. No, motherfucker, this is a fucking triple U, a quadruple U. Like, you can't just go around fucking telling people that this is a, like, yes, it's a centuple U. Like, god damn, dude. If you can't tell, it's frustrating for me, right? And it's okay. It's okay. This more than likely, again, is an ABC and the start of an impulse wave up. Okay, this shit's really easy to start to identify once you're able to look at these in a certain light, and you can just start to pull up any part of a chart and see the fucking waves that unfold. Okay. And we can even get a little deeper here, and you can see that there's a mini ABC in here, and you can start to find these spots, guys, and you can start to go, oh, ABC, impulse wave for the C leg, 1, 2, 3, and then there's an ABC here, so that confirms we're making a 5. There, I don't want to change it to the 15 and fuck it all up, but if you put it on the 15, you would find divergence here. Okay, and then that tells me that we're doing a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 to the upside, right? Because the ABC correction is over. And generally, that's what we get whenever we want to make a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean, whenever we're making a larger bullish play, this correction corrects this move, right? So after a nice big impulsive move, you expect to see this corrective wave coming out of this, right? You want to see this corrective wave. Once we see the corrective wave and we can confirm that the C leg is a 5-wave sequence to the downside, then we start to look for the next sequence to the upside, right? So and I don't know how to do it, but let's say price was in here somewhere, okay? Let's just say, for example, price was in here somewhere. This is very similar to what we have going on right now. We just corrected down from a push up. We're trying to challenge EMAs. Look what we did here, okay, on an hourly. So what would I be looking for? What did I say? I want to see the wave 1 come up and challenge these EMAs and find support. That's what I want to see. Okay? It's really simple. That's what I want to fucking see. I want to see us challenge EMAs and find support. Okay? If we can do that, I'll be happy. So, again, now that we've understood what we're doing here, we'll get into all that in a second. Notice another thing. Look at this. Look, let me throw some fibs on this. Look at this beautiful move to a 236 and 618 zone. Okay. ABC for wave 2. Because I bet you on a small time frame, this is impulsive. On like a 5-minute time frame, I bet you this is an impulse wave up here. Okay, so we can start to see that there are corrections against. It's just, this is all how it is. Okay, and then here, let's get some momentum indicators on the board here. Yeah, so there's a chance that at first you probably would have closed here because we did make divergence between here and here, which is an indication that 3 and 5 are done. But even more so, we made a new high, right? We made a new high up here. And really, this 4 could be anywhere. Who fucking knows? It can be here, it can be here. Who gives a fuck, right? It doesn't fucking matter. But you can see, and I talk about it a lot. What do we have in this area? What do we have? We have divergence, right? Okay, glad we're all on the same page there. Now, one of the biggest things that can happen that a lot of guys don't realize. You know, this could have been a form of a WXY correction here to the, you know, ultimately when you get on bigger frames, it looks like this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So 4 being corrective against you know, 2s and 4s are always corrective. It makes sense why the ending would end in an impulse, because this is I mean, this is just like fucking holy shit, it's doom, right? So you know, and I know I've spent like 10 minutes kind of just rambling, but I want you guys just to see. I mean, it's simple. You can go on any part of this chart, and if you start to understand 5 wave sequences, okay, and 3 wave sequences. Also, these are 5 waves, right? And these are 3 wave sequences. Okay. Momentum waves come in 5, 9, 13 swings. Corrective waves come in 3, 7, 11 swings. Okay. Because these can be more than 3 and 5. 3 and 5 are just the basis that we use, because on larger time frames, it's usually how they are. They don't usually do anything else but 3 and 5. On smaller time frames, like, you know, a 5 minute, yeah, you can get like see this, the last part of like this is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, right? Like, I don't know. It's a momentum wave, right? Like I'm just counting some bullshit. But I want to show you the point. Like, the reason why we say things like that, like here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yep. You know, like corrective. We came down and we corrected against this push, right? Anytime you have a counter trend push, it's a correction against the push. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Well, what's a 7? The 7 is a corrective wave. Okay, so we know that once we hit 7 swings, there was a chance that we finished that. We came up, we rejected, we made a new low. See, this is how you can start to scalp trade some of this. We have 7 swings to the downside. Okay, I'm going to give you guys a little bit of nugget here. 7 swings to the downside. Came up, rejected off the EMAs, came down here, failed to make a new low, and we got bullish. You could have longed right in here somewhere and watched price action and closed maybe up here. Let's say you didn't do it perfect, right? Let's say, but look, that's a 3% scalp move. Just watching the 5 minute, and you know, for all you scalpers that really love to do this, you can start to count corrective sequences, right? So we had a corrective sequence to the downside here. Then we had a push up. Nice big, you know, nice big like, whoop, okay? Now we had this long, drawn-out sequence. Well, if this sequence is truly over, see, failed to make a new low, you could be longing here and trying to scalp your way up, okay? Because we failed to make a new low on the 5. And this is really nice. And, you know, we've got good support on the RSI here. Maybe a little bit of turning down as we get closer to the channel. But as soon as we break up out of this channel and we confirm a little, like, you know, we get up and out, I'm going to go, whoop, you could long that little whoop on a scalp, right? So these types of scenarios are going to help you long term, and I wanted to show you guys the real basis of the waves. It's been around for 90 years. It's been proven time and time again that it fucking works. Tell me what else has been on the market for 90 years that works. I promise you, if you stick around my channel long enough, you're not going to use anything else but Elliott Wave and Momentum Indicator. I use the EMAs because they are beneficial to help me decide, like, you know, on a situation like this, right? When I see price action doing this, I would have longed the fuck out of this, okay? Because it's not rejecting. It gets stuck in the EMAs. And when it gets stuck here and we have this kind of a move, I know we're about to pop, right? It's really common. So this is not Elliott Wave. The EMAs are not Elliott Wave. They have nothing to do with it. It's just me, a personal thing. Being a longtime trader, I understand how this shit works. When I would have seen this, I would have bought right here, and we would have had a nice push, you know. And this would have been at minimum, I would have at least tried to catch it to about there from here. I mean, that's a 10%, 11% move. Okay. I mean, come on, guys. Simple moves like that, you're able to catch. Okay. So, anyways, that's my story, and I'm sticking to it for the day. Get off this fucking 5 minute. And I think I made a long enough video. I don't want to bore you guys to death. So, love everyone for sticking around the channel. Appreciate all the support you guys always give me, as always. And, you know, we'll see how today plays out. Should be a lot of fun. But I'll keep making videos as long as you guys keep watching them. Peace, love, chicken grease.